A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamuka say, welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And my name is Ronald Wekwa Mapusha. So, for a very long time, the government of Zimbabwe was being accused of neglecting cancer patients in and around Zimbabwe, across Zimbabwe. They were being accused of neglecting cancer patients. However, good news for cancer patients. Nick Mangwana has announced that the government has purchased a set of new advanced radiotherapy machines to treat cancer, which will be soon installed at two major public hospitals, which means at UBH and at Parirenyatwa. I believe these are the two major hospitals which are going to have these cancer machines. So previously we had UBH and Parirenyatwa treating cancer patients through radiotherapy, but all those processes and procedures stopped after these machines were rendered useless by failure to maintain by those responsible in the government. Never cared about that. So for the hospitals with new radiotherapy machines. So my only problem is that this is being done on two major hospitals. The government was supposed to be celebrating purchase of these machines across the provinces. Personally, I feel that they were supposed to sacrifice and make them available across the provinces. That is, if you go to Masvingo, if you go to Mtare, if you go to Gweru, if you go to Mash East, Mash Central, all those hospitals, you'll find that there is a cancer machine which is rightly available there, and also put additional staff and make sure that everybody who is suffering with cancer can have access to healthcare on decentralized areas and places. However, this is a good move. This is something we need to actually thank, because cancer people were dying and they are in pain. So let us go through the comments and hear what other people feel, what other people think about this new development. You should have kept this information to yourself and informed us when the machines are actually installed at the hospitals. You have a patient for lying, not believing you until they are installed. Okay, that's fine. Here are the facts. This is Ope Oshingono responding to Nick Mangwana. Under Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe had 5 radiotherapy cancer treatment machines, some bought during the GNU. Today, it has no single working machine in the whole country's public health care. So, if the government has bought 2 machines, we will acknowledge that when they've arrived and they've been fitted, even with 2 machines, we still need another 3 machines to go back to where we were at 5 machines. If we use the whole standard, Zimbabwe should have 15 machines, meaning 1 machine per 1 million people. In well-run countries, it is 150,000 per machine. In war zones and banana republics, it is 5 million per machine. So even with 2 machines, Zimbabwe will be below the acceptable standard, even below the banana republic standard. The sad thing is that Zimbabwe has the money. It costs only 1.5 million per machine. The government just doesn't care about its citizens, because the ZANU-PF political elites go abroad for treatment. The other setback is that the opposition doesn't have a shadow cabinet, so there's no dedicated person to speak about health issues daily. I hope that Nelson Chamisa will appoint a shadow cabinet that can clinically expose ZANU-PF failure, especially in the health sector. Citizens only get to know about this dire situation when there's a family member with cancer in the family. Let us see if indeed the 2 machines in the state media arrive. We were told that there are MRI scan machines at Parirenyatwa before the election. There was even a ceremony, but there's no MRI scan. It's a net at Parirenyatwa today. These things require a dedicated opposition person who keeps talking about them in parliament and all official state platforms. This is what Opo Ujingono is saying. Okay, the junta is not worried about anything except to consolidate power. The junta is now friendly to the nations that are anti-American ideology. We are going to experience tough politics ahead of us. The problem is even for highlighting that the opposition should have a shadow cabinet that talks about issues such as this. You are labeled ZANU-PF. Okay, so can they discover, okay, this is something else, this is an advert. So this is what Nick Mangwana has said. The government has announced kuti kune ma-cancer machines ari kuuya. Hopo Chingono is saying the opposition must talk about all these things each and every day on different platforms. So I'm not so sure who is in charge of the health portfolio committees. I believe that they have to make sure that they make a lot of noise in regard to all those issues. But before we talk about the opposition, there is a lady called Timave. That lady, I've never seen people giving her attention, the much needed attention, because she has been talking about all these things for a very long time. I believe that she can be the health ambassador in the nation of Zimbabwe so that we know what is happening, especially to the cancer treatment machines, because she is representing a community of people living with albinism, and she has been doing a great job, a good job in that field. And to have cancer machines, it will be good news to Timave. So it is what it is in Zimbabwe. This is something, this is a step forward, because even if we are to say zvishoma zvauya, but it's better to have something than to have none. Vanochinjana vachigonawo kurapwa, and you have one or two people who will be able to survive cancer. So it is what it is, Team Zimbabwe. I love you all. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. This is what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. Our duty is to inform and to tell you what is happening across the country.